Okay, students, so I've got I got some time, so I'm gonna do a little more work on this and give it some finishing touches. So a few things that I got differently than last time. I got a set of different brushes. The other ones were mostly bigger and stiffer bristled brushes. This time I'm going to use stuff that has use a sable hair brush here, a mongoose hair. These are good for glazing and kind of layering paint. A smaller stiff brush and a couple of small detail brushes, probably both. Looks like sable hair, just for small details and whatnot. I'm not really sure what I'm going to need, so we'll just have those handy. Of course, I've got my zinc white paint and my ivory black. Now, my plan is to I'm gonna apply mostly the zinc white. I'm gonna apply it straight from the tube. I'll make a little pile here and I'll just kind of build it up in layers. Where it's thicker, it should be whiter, and where I thin it out, it should be a little less. The black, my intention here is to create some what is referred to as glazing. And so I'll use a medium for that. I'm personally going to use Galkid Light. It's essentially like Galkid, but with an oil added to it. So you could make your own version of this. It's just a little bit slower drying, and I don't know, sometimes you can spread it out a little thinner. So if you had Galkid and just regular linseed oil, that would work fine. Another kind of oil that works really nice is stand oil. If you add some stand oil to it, this is something that I discovered when I was younger, and I've been using it a lot since. It tends to level your brush strokes even more. So when you're trying to make a really thin layer for a shadow, for example, and this is, here I have this like little reflection in the ceramic cup, and it's not really showing that well. It's basically this shadow here is bouncing up and kind of reflected in the glossy surface of the ceramic cup. And so by making a glaze, I can put a really thin layer of pigment spread out very thin, which almost looks like the way a shadow would look, just sort of floating on the surface. And it's a neat way of making that happen. Now, of course, I might have to mix these two paints together. I might need to make some mixed grays, but I'm going to see how much I can get away with just using white and using some glazing techniques. Mostly what I want to do is just fix up some of the, I don't know, just some of the details of the handle, clean up some of these edges, add some more white in here, that sort of thing. Also, my table looks like crap. It should be much higher over on this side, so I'll do that. For this video, I probably am just gonna go for it and maybe even do it as a speed video, so you can just watch it with your music on and not worry about listening to me talk, and just kind of enjoy seeing how it gets finished up with this technique. So let's see, where's my Galkid Light? I'll put it in a glaze cup. I don't need that much. Whew. Yeah, Galkid Light, by the way, is a slower drying glazing medium, and it's fatter than regular Galkid, which is leaner. So remember the rule, fat over lean. So it's safe to use this over the top of Galkid. You could also use just regular straight Galkid. It's just a little sticky. Sometimes people don't like it because of that. And sometimes that stickiness kind of interferes with your painting. But you could use just Galkid on top of Galkid. So you could use Galkid layers on top of Galkid layers. That's the easiest way to do it. Now, if you're an acrylic painter, I would use pretty much the same technique. I just use straight white, and then I try to make some glazes here. And if it had to, I would mix some grays. We'll see when we get to those points. The only difference is, essentially drying times. Drying times with the oil is going to take a little longer. All right, so for this glaze, I want you guys to notice I'm really adding tons of medium to it. See how transparent it is? You can really spread that out. And it's a way to really just very subtly shift your darks. If, for example, you need to just nibble in a little dark, get a Okay, students, I think I'm going to call it good. I don't want to work on this any longer because I feel like if I do, I'm going to start turning it to mud. You can see that kind of to the point of diminishing returns where I'm just putting stuff on, taking it off. But a lot of what painting is that very thing, you know, trying to capture those values, sometimes pushing one value a little darker, pulling another one a little lighter, and keep fiddling with it until it looks just right. Really trying to see all the different variations in tone and pushing some darker, making some lighter, finding little highlights, you know, deepening some shadows, and sometimes straightening your edges and fixing some mistakes that you made earlier. But essentially, I don't think I can do anything else at this point without probably causing more harm than good. So, all right, appreciate your watching. I think I'll let this one be. It's good enough for me, good enough for a demo, and I hope that was useful to watch. Thank you.